and away we go. Or however you say that in German. I haven't learned enough German to say that.
But this is us.
Gehen is go.
This is our first time driving in Germany. We'll see what happens. And of course, it's raining. You get to learn to use the windshield wipers right away.
We just spent 8 hours on a plane to fly thousands of miles halfway around the world to rent a camper van, and they gave us a Ford. I guess Henry would be proud.
I mean, seriously, there's Fiats, Mercedes, VWs, other brands that we don't know of in the slot, but we got a Ford. At least we'll know how to drive it because the controls are familiar.
It does feel pretty comfortable so far. I kind of figured out where everything was already. And what's first stop? Grocery store. Off to Aldi, which we have one in our hometown. We'll see how the one in Germany compares. They were first.
We just spent our first night in Germany at a llama farm.
We are at a road surfer spot. For our followers in the U.S., it's pretty close to a hip camp kind of thing. You book on people's property and pay as you go, and we're going to do more of these as we go across the country with our camper van. But yeah, it was really peaceful out here. The llamas were nice and quiet overnight.
Yeah, it was really dark. It was, there's nobody else out here. It's not like anybody lives on this farm. It's just like a working farm. So yeah, it was definitely quiet, which was perfect for our first night where we just were crashed because we were so tired and jet lagged.
That was a long day. After an 8-hour flight, we flew overnight, and you know how it goes trying to sleep on a plane? You don't.
You don't.
I think every time I drifted off, the seatbelt ding went on and off because of the turbulence too.
It was a long flight, and it rained pretty much a lot of the flight, pretty much all day on our first day of Germany. So it was just trying to get used to the roads, the driving, where we were, what was going on, brain fog. And so it was just so nice to have a quiet night in the van and no interruptions.
And I will say, I mean, we were tired. It was relatively uneventful.
Yeah.
I mean, the flight went well. We landed actually a little bit ahead of schedule. We got to the camper pickup a little ahead of schedule. That went really smooth. It was a nice pickup process, and everything went really well. And we found our way to, get the supplies that we needed, shopping at Aldi and doing everything for that. And yeah, it was a good day overall. We were just tired at the end of it.
Yeah, I'm glad this was our first stop. It was just sort of nice and relaxing. We got to hang out with the llamas. There was a little cat around that was super friendly, and just enjoyed our first night here in Germany. The next 29 nights in Germany flew by so fast.
We are clearly not in Germany, and we are clearly not in a camper van. This is the Airstream behind us, and we are back in Michigan.
Boo. Oh my gosh, that trip was so much fun, and we're looking forward to sharing all that with you. We thought we should give you a little bit of a backstory on how we ended up deciding to go to Germany.
We have been planning this trip for, a year and a half, maybe. It's been quite a while. You had talked about trying to get over to Germany. You've got a friend who's stationed over there in the military. You have a friend who was a high school foreign exchange student with you.
Yeah, so really this trip has been like 25 plus years in the making, because I went and visited my friend Sandra. She stayed with us in high school, and I went and visited her in college. It was 24 years ago, and that was the last time we'd seen each other in person.
We decided that if we were going to travel around a country, we thought the best way to do it was in an RV, because that's who we are and what we do.
And it really was going to allow us to get to places that we wouldn't have been able to otherwise if we'd simply done the train route, the hotels, and even renting a car, because we'd still be limited to the places where the hotels and the restaurants were. Whereas in a camper van, we could go anywhere because we had our house with us.
And we could set our own schedule. I think that was a big part of it. I wanted to go in with very few plans and just kind of make things up as we went along. That worked out really well, and we're excited to show you the videos and pictures that we ended up with, and we're going to be doing that in a Germany series here on the channel.
We did do some big touristy things, some big castles, but we also saw the small towns along the way. And we went to the Black Forest. We went hiking in the Alps. We went to the tallest point in Germany, the Zugspitze. We went into lots of castles and cathedrals and forts. We learned a lot of history, everything from way back to the Romans to the early 1900s, and everything in between because Germany has such a rich history. So I'm a little overloaded on the history front, but gosh, it was such a great trip.
And we learned that what looks like a one lane, one way road is actually a 1.5 lane, two-way road.
Oh yeah, their roads are very tiny, and the 20-foot camper van we had was huge compared to everything else there.
One of the reasons we went in the fall was because we were RVing. So we knew it would be a lot quieter in terms of trying to find camping spaces and that kind of a thing. We knew going in weather could be a little bit of an issue, possibly because the environment is a lot like Michigan in the fall. And I had to laugh going back through the videos. And our first day driving, you said, "Oh, and look, it's raining." That was foreshadowing that we didn't even know was happening at the time because it rained a lot.
I think it rained almost every day. I think you said you had the windshield wipers on at some point every day in the trip, not kidding. Even when there was 0 rain in the forecast, somehow it was raining. We did have some gorgeous days, but that the lifestyle of having the RV allowed us to change our days so that when it was raining, we could go do something inside or we could put our raincoats on and do something. And on the nice days, we could be doing the hiking and the sightseeing where we really needed beautiful weather. So I think having the camper van worked, having it in the fall worked because we were not competing with the gazillions of tourists and crowds that we would have in the summer. So in many cases, we had things not maybe all to ourselves, but pretty close to ourselves. So that was a bonus. But man, it was just, oh, I don't know. It was just such a great trip.
It was a great trip. It made for some awesome pictures and videos. We are excited to put it all together and share it with you as soon as we can. In the meantime, keep on trekking.
And we'll see you out there.